All right, let's talk about our favorite beta male billionaire, Elon Musk. God. Oh, this guy is such a train wreck in his personal life. Jesus Christ. I like Elon Musk. I've learned a lot from Elon Musk in terms of business and having a very broad vision. I think Elon Musk is fantastic. In terms of his relationship life, Elon Musk is a goddamn train wreck, as well as just about all the women he's dated. And I'm going to give you a deep dive into the recent breakup of Elon Musk and Grimes. Like anyone is surprised.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
So I will analyze this the way I've analyzed other divorces and or celebrity breakups and marriages in the past, because you guys like this and the algorithm likes this, and it's kind of hilarious to talk about. But, and you guys asked me about this. A lot of you asked me, hey, talk about Elon Musk breaking up with Grimes. All right, here you go. This is it. So why did they break up? A lot of reasons, and I'm going to give you a deep dive into all of them. Reason number one, top of the list, as always, long-term monogamy does not work. The concept of you saying to someone, you will only have sex with me and I will only have sex with you for the rest of our lives for the next 57 years doesn't fucking work. Human beings were never designed for anything looking anywhere remotely close to that. Men hate it and women hate it. They manifest that hatred in very different ways, but they do. So long-term monogamy doesn't work. It doesn't work for celebrities. It doesn't work for normal people. It doesn't work for rich people. It doesn't work for poor people. It doesn't work for middle-class people. It doesn't work for smart people. It doesn't work for dumb people. It doesn't fucking work. And as always, if you can point at one or two couples you know who have made it work, you're proving my point, because you shouldn't have to point to one or two. You should be able to point to 47 couples, 56 couples, 72 couples who have been married 20 plus years and have never cheated on each other, and they're still very happy with each other. Can you do that in the Western world? No, you can't, because monogamy doesn't work. So that's reason number one, as always. Monogamy works fine for a little while, a few months, a few years, and then someone cheats or someone breaks up. That's the way monogamy is designed to work. It's called serial monogamy. It is another terrible system, but it is a little less bad than long-term monogamy. I, of course, do not teach monogamy at all. I teach non-monogamous, open or non-monogamous relationships where you're allowed to have sex with other people within a set of ground rules. That system is much less bad. Is it perfect? No, but it's much less bad than monogamy, which clearly and obviously doesn't fucking work. And the fact that it's 2021 and people are still attempting it is kind of depressing and says a lot about how irrational human beings are. Okay, second aspect of this is that, as I've talked about before, celebrities don't get divorced more or break up more than normal people. It just happens faster. When you live the lifestyle of a ultra wealthy public figure like a celebrity or a billionaire, the same things that occur to you and me just happen much faster. The pace is accelerated. So instead of getting divorced or breaking up in 10 years or 12 years or 15 years or 9 years, you get divorced or broken up within 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years. It's not that you get broken up more often. It's just that the rate has accelerated. So it looks like celebrities and famous people get divorced or break up more often than normal people do. And they do, but it's just because things are a faster pace. Mainstream A-list celebrities, famous worldwide name type people live in a very different world than you and I. It is a very different dating world. It's a very different relationship world. It's something you can't even compare yourself to. And even if you think you can you believe for 1 minute that you understand how Justin Bieber's relationship life is or dating life is? No, you have no concept unless you work every day directly with very, very famous people. Maybe you have an idea. Other than that, you have no idea. It's a very different world and you just can't compare yourself to it because these people live on a different planet than you and I. All right, so that's the overview. Let's deal with Grimes specifically. Here's the bottom line on Grimes, or should I say people like Grimes. Very crazy, creative, super artistic people are not well suited to long-term, stable relationships. They just aren't. And that's not an insult. That's just a fact. I personally know several people in this category. I grew up in Portland, Oregon. That is artsy fartsy people heaven, and very hyper creative people, Lady Gaga type people who are very creative and very outlandish and very outgoing and very weird, sometimes in a good way. I don't dissuade these people. I don't dislike these people. I think they're great. Anything that goes against societal programming makes me smile. So I think it's fine. But these people have personalities that are not super conducive to a straightforward, consistent relationship, especially a goddamn monogamous relationship with one person for a long time. Even a non-monogamous, serious, long-term relationship would be very difficult for these people. So unfortunately, and you've seen this time and time again with famous people who are very artistic, musicians in particular, but actors and actresses too. And maybe in your personal life, these musician type people, artistic type people, these people actually maintaining a long-term relationship with one person, monogamous or not, is very difficult. And that's just the way their brains are wired. Their brains are not wired for consistency. As I've said before, the very few teeny tiny category of people who might make long-term monogamy work, it's something like 6% of human beings, are generally speaking very boring people who marry other very boring people. Those people have a shot at having a 35-year-long marriage with no drama. Those people at least have a shot. But does that describe most people? Does that describe you? Does that describe someone you want to spend the rest of your life with, a boring person? No. And so artistic, creative people like Grimes are the opposite extreme for that. So unfortunately, Grimes may be a very nice person in real life. I really don't know much about her, but I promise you, if you watch her over the next 20 years, she's going to have nonstop relationship problems because that's just not how her brain is wired. Just the way it goes. Matter of fact, I mentioned this when I talked about Kim Kardashian's divorce, which you can click right here if you want an analysis on that. But that's just how this works. Now let's talk about Elon. Oh, little Elon, or little buddy Elon. I just want to pat his head every time I see him talk. He's so cute. As you may or may not know, Elon is a massive beta male in his personal life. He is not only a beta male, he's an extreme beta male. And what's fascinating is that a lot of men don't get it and don't understand how you can be a multi-billionaire and run these giant companies and kick ass the business world and be a beta. How can you be a beta if you're a billionaire, Caleb? That makes no sense. These are men who have not spent a lot of time in the business world, which is where I've lived and breathed for the past 25 years. I would say that successful businessmen who are total betas are almost the norm. Most successful businessmen on any level, millionaire, multimillionaire, billionaire, are betas. Most alpha males, frankly, aren't super successful in business because most alpha males are alpha male 1.0s. And they tend to rub people the wrong way when they start screaming and yelling. There are absolutely exceptions to that rule. There are successful alpha male business owners, 1.0s. But most of these guys who become very successful in business are beta males. That is the norm. I've worked with many very high-end decimillionaires, decamillionaires, high-end self-made guys who are total fucking betas. Just how it works. So yes, Elon Musk is a successful businessman. He is a revolutionary, visionary thinker. He's great, but he is a total, complete, and utter beta male, and I'm about to give you some specific examples. Elon Musk is an absolute clusterfuck when it comes to relationships. I will go into detail on his relationship lives right now. And one reason is that he's a beta, but there's another reason that's even bigger that I will get to at the end. First off, he got married in the year 2000. He had 5 children, and then he got divorced in 2008. So that means he had an 8-year-long marriage. Frankly, I am surprised he lasted that long. The fact that he lasted 8 years in a consistent marriage to one woman, that actually is pretty impressive to me. Under normal conditions, he would have been out of there in 3 to 4 to 5 years, or she would have been. And I promise you that during the marriage, she wore the pants and he was the little beta bitch. I'll give you more detail in a second. But that's his first relationship, at least his first public one. Once he got divorced from his wife, he did what a lot of men who are recently divorced do, is he went around and started banging super hot chicks, which is easy when you're a beta male when you have billions and billions of dollars. He started dating and then married Tallulah Riley. And Tallulah Riley, if you didn't know, is that super hot blonde chick on Westworld. I believe she was in the first season and the second season only. I don't know if she was in the third season. I stopped watching that show when it got stupid. But she's hot. I'll give him that. Tallulah Riley is really good looking. Hot. British accent. Can't get better than that. The problem is he married her in 2010 and divorced her 2 years later in 2012. 2 years. You know how bad that looks when people get married for a year or two and get divorced? That right there tells you there's a problem. Men or women both. That's bad. That's not good at all. I've talked about my own objectives with Pink Firefly and my marriage, and I've said publicly that if I get divorced within 4 years of marrying Pink Firefly, that will be an utter and complete fucking failure on my part, and I will have to do a mea culpa in front of all of you. Now, the good news is we're coming up on that 4-year mark pretty quick, and we're doing pretty great, so that's very unlikely to happen. But when you get married and immediately get divorced, that right there tells you that you're just not in control of your emotions. Your brain is just in a state of chaos, not just Elon, but her too. That's just the way it is. But it gets even worse. And those of you who know Elon Musk very well, you know where I'm going with this. They got divorced in 2012. They got back together and they got married again. They got married again in 2013, in a year. They got married again. That again right there tells you there's a problem. Whenever you see someone who gets married, then gets divorced, then remarries the fucking person they divorced, again, this shows you someone whose state of mind is in a complete state of chaos. I didn't say that person was stupid. I didn't say that person wasn't successful. And I'm not even saying that person isn't even alpha, although Elon is a total fucking beta. He's an extreme beta, not just a beta. He's an extreme beta. I'm not saying those things. I'm saying you're looking at someone whose state of mind in his relationship life is in a state of chaos. You just don't know what the hell you're doing when you divorce someone. Actually take the trouble to do it. And I know some people personally who've done this. They got divorced. They went through the entire legal process of getting divorced, separating, the kids are crying. It ruined their lives. It's terrible. And then a year or two later, they get back in the same person and they remarry the same person again. My God. Okay. Well, how did that end? And that must have been, second time's a charm, right? That must have gone well. No, they got divorced again in 3 years. So in 2016, they got divorced a second time. So that would be his third divorce. Great job, Elon. You're a fucking genius. My God. So right there, you can get a pretty good idea of Elon's state of mind and his decision-making process in his relationship life. This is not unusual with beta males, and it is certainly not unusual with high-income beta males. They just don't know what the hell they're doing in terms of their relationship life. Now, it gets worse. You thought it wouldn't get worse. It actually gets worse. Now, before I tell you how it gets worse, you need to subscribe to this channel, click the dumb notification bell, put a like on this video, and leave a comment on this video. And you can say whatever you want. Doesn't really matter. The more interactivity I get with this content for the algorithm, the more of this content I will do. So you're only helping yourself. So how does it get worse? Well, Elon basically jumped out of the frying pan into the fire. The next woman he dated, the next attractive Hollywood chick he dated, was none other than one of the biggest bitches in Hollywood, one of the biggest dominants in Hollywood, our favorite girl, Amber Heard. Yes. Now, if you want a live demonstration of how much of a dominant Amber Heard is and how Amber Heard tends to date super submissive beta males like Johnny Depp, like Elon Musk, I suggest you do a little experiment. Take a little time after this video. Go on YouTube and search around for Amber Heard Johnny Depp interview or Amber Heard Johnny Depp red carpet or something like that. And I want you to watch the body language between these two people. It's fascinating. I've seen several of these videos and it's great. You will see Amber Heard and Johnny Depp when they were a couple on the red carpet being interviewed by the paparazzi. And every time you will see Amber Heard and she's standing in front of Johnny Depp. She's standing up like this, tall and straight, her chin up, her hair back, flipping her hair, giving strong, confident answers to the microphone. And every time you'll see little Johnny Depp, he's behind her, he'll be at her shoulder. He's actually, I believe, shorter than her, but even if he's not, he seems like it. And he's looking down and he's looking around and he's nervous. And they'll ask him a question. He'll kind of go, oh, what? I'm sorry, what? Huh? What? And Amber will say, yes, Johnny and I, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It is a picture-perfect example of a dominant woman dating a beta male. So after Amber Heard chewed up Johnny Depp and spit him out, which is what dominants do to beta males, monogamy doesn't work, they go and find another beta male to do the same thing all over again because, as I've discussed in numerous places, my podcasts, my videos, my blogs, my books, dominant women are reliant upon bossing a man around. If they don't have a man to boss around, they get really weird and uncomfortable. So they will often monkey branch from beta to beta to beta to beta. And as soon as she dumped Johnny Depp, her next target on her sites was, of course, Mr. Beta, the king of betas, Elon Musk. And there is also strong rumors, matter of fact, Johnny Depp has accused them of this, that Elon Musk and Amber Heard were actually having sex with each other while Amber Heard and Johnny Depp were still married. I don't know if that's true, but here's what I do know if it is true. I do know that it wasn't Elon Musk who went and picked up Amber Heard like some pickup artist. No, Amber Heard targeted him and said, hey, pussy, we're having sex. And he said, okay. It's not like, can you imagine Elon Musk being all suave and cool and going up to Amber at a party and, hey, how you doing? Hitting on her? No, that's not what happened. Amber Heard hit on him and she snagged his ass. Snagged a billionaire. Not bad, Amber Heard. Good for you. Now, of course, and obviously that relationship didn't last very long. I believe it lasted less than a year. So at least you got that. But again, it is another indication of how erratic and how irrational and crazy Elon Musk is in his relationship life. To say nothing of Amber Heard, by the way. My God, I could do a whole video on her. She's fucking hilarious. You want another really funny thing to watch? Watch the YouTube video on Amber Heard's deposition in the divorce case of Johnny Depp, where she was beating him up. Yeah, she was kicking his ass. She was physically beating him up. And watch her body language when she answers these questions. She's like, well, it's because, did you hit him? Well, what happened was, it's another great character study. Amber Heard, awesome. So moving on, then Elon hooked up with Grimes in 2018 and they got super serious. And as you know or may not know, they had a baby together. And because Grimes is an artsy, fartsy, super creative woman who lives on another planet, and because Elon Musk is Elon Musk, they named their baby some crazy word that I can't even pronounce because it uses non-English letters. Do you get the idea that these people probably aren't suited for a long-term, consistent, boring, long-term monogamous relationship? You see how this works? See how this is all tying together here? Yeah. And that lasted about, 3 years, and they just broke up a few weeks ago. And of course, like many beta males do, he came out and said, well, we're not really broken up. We're semi-broken up. We're semi-broken up. I've seen a lot of beta males do that when they get divorced or break up from their girlfriends. They don't want to admit that they had a breakup because they don't want to look bad. So they say, well, we still love each other and everything's fine. Everything's fine, guys. We just don't live with each other. See, everything's okay. Yes. It's the same way dominant women, when they date beta males, don't want to admit that their husband or boyfriend is a pussy. They say, he's not a pussy. He's not a beta. He's a strong alpha male. I just tell him what to do all the time. It's fine. So same kind of deal. You're seeing that from Elon Musk now. Kind of pathetic. And I'm sure that the next relationship Elon Musk has will be a giant clusterfuck again. And he'll just go from clusterfuck to clusterfuck to clusterfuck for the rest of his life. Why? Not only that he's a beta male, because some beta males can be in long-term relationships kind of for a while. It's also that he is a high-powered, workaholic, very motivated, very driven businessman whose entire focus is his companies. I relate. I'm kind of like this. Here's the bottom line on this. Hard driving, motivated workaholic type men, alpha or beta doesn't matter. Hard driving workaholic type dudes cannot maintain long-term relationships, monogamous or not, unless they are like me and they make relationship skills and strategic relationship ability a priority in their lives like I have. I am a hard driving, hard-working, very motivated businessman similar to Elon Musk. I am nowhere near as smart as him. I am nowhere near as successful as him. I will never be as successful as him. He operates on a level far beyond me. I am nowhere near him. I'm just saying we're in that same category of hard driving, hard working, motivated business guy who works all the fucking time. Under normal conditions, I would not be able to carry on a long-term serious relationship had I not gone through the last 13, 14, 15 years of mastering my relationship skills, FBs, MLTRs, OLTR, live in OLTR, and made sure that I understood these processes, understood what worked and what didn't, not what I wanted to work, not what I fantasized about working, like a lot of these red pill guys, but what actually worked and didn't work in the real world, and the actual techniques that I needed to use to maintain a long-term relationship. And so I have a very, unlike Elon Musk, unlike, 95% of human beings, I have a very hands-on, proactive approach to my relationship with Pink Firefly. Are my odds of success with Pink Firefly 100%? No, Pink Firefly could get divorced down the road. That could certainly happen. But it will last a lot longer than any of Elon Musk's relationships. It'll have far less drama than Elon Musk's relationships. And my odds of success with Pink Firefly are far, far higher than Elon Musk with any woman he's dated in the past or any woman he will ever date. Because I promise you, Elon Musk is not going to sit down and analyze in great detail relationship dynamics, woman dynamics, man-woman communication dynamics, read a whole bunch of books on relationships, practice a bunch of relationship skills for 6, 7, 8, 9 years like I did. He's not going to go through that kind of effort. He's just not. He's too busy working. And again, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. He should just accept who he is. He shouldn't have a serious relationship. He should have MLTRs and a few FBs and enjoy them and just focus on his work and focus on his mission. When he is done working on his mission, if he's ever done, and he may not, he may very well be one of these guys who never retires and just works until he's dead, and that's fine too. But if he ever gets to the point where he's off that stuff, then he should settle down and get married and or get into a long-term relationship in his 70s or 80s. Then he has a shot of it working. But he shouldn't do it now. Now, is he going to follow my advice? Of course not. Very quickly, he's going to be in a relationship with another woman because, very similar to most beta males, he, quote, can't be alone. As I talk about in my primary book, The Unchained Man, at alphamalebook.com, beta males can't be alone. Most people just don't have the ability to be alone, so they have to monkey branch from one horrible, stupid relationship or marriage to the next, and that's exactly what Elon Musk will do, unfortunately. So that's the bottom line on PF and Grimes. I hope this has helped. And if you want more detail on other relationship dynamics, you can watch this video here where I talked about why on earth did George Clooney, who is an alpha male, possibly get married? Why would he do that? You can watch that video right there. I will see you in the next video. Have fun. Bye.